Hello and welcome back to your 11th Java's intermediate tutorial. This is the first tutorial I'm recording of 2016, so yay, even though this is not the first tutorial of 2016, but hey, you know, whatever. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about nested loops. So when you're programming, pretty much when you say anything's nested, it means that it's something inside of something else. So like a block of code inside of another type of block of code. So a nested if statement, I'm just going to do it here, would be like if, whatever, and then this right here, if this is a nested if statement right here, because it's an if statement inside of another if statement. So you can do that with loops, and it's used very often in loops. So let's actually go ahead and let's make a new Java project. We're going to go ahead and do tutorial, I can spell. This is 11 nested loops. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make our new package. No, not class. I'm going to make a new package. com.sshdd.tut11, and we're going to close this one. We're going to make a new class called main. Give it public static void main string args. Alright, so in this example we're just going to have the computer print out a bunch of periods. Okay, so we're going to do number of rows is 5, and you'll see what all this means in a second. Number of columns is 10. Okay, so we're just going to have those there. So now we're going to do for int I is equal to 0, I is less than number of rows, I plus plus. Alright, so this is going to loop 5 times. And then it's going to do another loop inside of that loop. If j is 0, j is less than numcalls, j plus plus. So it is standard when you're doing nested for loops to go from I and then to j and then to k and then to l and then so forth. But usually it's only 2 or 3. So ijk is ijk. I'm just kidding, but I'm not. I'm serious right now. ijk are the letters from outer to inner. So this is the outer loop and this is the inner loop. Just keep that in mind. So we're going to sys out. Actually, we're not going to print ln, we're actually just going to print. So we're not going to add a new line until after this loop. We're just going to print out a new line. You could just do print ln and then put nothing here. Like this is fine, this just adds a new line, but I don't like doing that. I like visualizing better like this because you're adding a new line to it. So we run it, and there we go. We have 10 columns, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, it is standard to go from rows to column. So always do rows and then columns for the inner loop when you're working with like tables and stuff. Yeah, so reading and writing tables is what nested for loops are used for. And they're really important. Let's go into, this is a gamble. Let's go into my pictures. Let's look at this lovely picture of Mr. A. So, how do pictures work? Well, they're actually drawn with a nested for loop. So as you can see, each of these, are just a bunch of colors, a bunch of, color values in rows of those color values. So this is a row of color values, and then and each of those columns, it has a row and then the column, and then it draws that point right there. And it does that for the entire image. So that's what it does. Thank you, Mr. A. And that's what that does. So that's what nested for loops are all about. It's just going through rows and columns of things, and you use them a lot. Like say you wanted to, like add a bunch of like coins in a square area for whatever reason. You can do that by doing a nested for loop. Or say you're making like a Bejeweled type game, you'd use a lot of nested for loops for that as well. So that's why I'm teaching you this. I'm going to be using it in my next tutorial, so I just kind of wanted you guys to know what the concept was. This was a pretty short tutorial. Let me see. Yeah, only like 5 minutes. So yeah, it's a very basic concept, but you guys really need to understand it. You guys need to be able to visualize it. If you guys want to like do breakpoints, you know, like toggle breakpoint and then debug it, that's totally fine. Yes. So I is 0. We play through the loop 10 times, and then I is 1, and this goes back to 0. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.